What's up guys, MTG Hipster here with yet another deck tech video. I ran a draft this past Friday and I drafted green, went mono green, ran Advocate of the Beast, and I fell in love with the card somehow, even though it's just a common that's worth about 13 cents. It's a pretty sweet card and I really liked it and inspired me to make a new deck, which is why today I'm presenting to you a Grull Beast deck. This deck is 62 cards, 22 land, which I have sitting right here. There is 11 mountains and 11 forest. I'm not running any dual lands or shock lands because it slows the whole process down, because I don't want to enter anything tapped, and I want it all to be in standard. Like, the shock lands are in standard, but I don't want to have to tap them or shock myself in. So I guess since the creature stack is ginormous compared to the other stack of other spells, which is right here, I will start with this. So we'll start with instance. So I have, let's see, 2 shocks in here. I have 2 fight pits, 2 troll hides, and 2 into the wilds. So that is the instant sorceries and enchantments of this deck. Pretty basic, very cheap. This is a pretty budget deck. It's not the cheapest, but it is very, very cheap compared to other builds I've done. So starting with the creature, starting at the lowest drops to the highest drops. So I guess let's go ahead and start that. So we have 2 Elvish Mystics, 1 drop for a tap to add green mana to your pool. 2 Zertod Druids, which are a red and green, and you tap it for a green mana. And it also, whenever you tap it, for mana or block, or tapping it for whatever, it deals 1 damage to your target opponent. I have 4 Burning Tree Emissaries, which is probably one of the most expensive cards in the deck. It's a red or green times 2 to play for a 2/2, and whenever it plays, it allows 2 floating mana to end a turn, which is a red and a green. I have 4 Slaughterhorns. They're beasts, so if I have Advocate of the Beast out, it would affect this, or it could affect this. It also has a Blood Rush for tap 1 green and target creatures +3/+2, which this deck does have a lot of Blood Rush, which helps hit quick and hit hard. I have 4 Advocate of the Beast, of course. It's a 3 drop for a 2/3, and at the beginning of each of my end steps, I get to add a 1/1 counter on target beast creature I control. And since I'm running mostly beast creatures, this helps out a lot. We get into the 4 drops here. We have 4 Rumbling Balos. They're a 4 drop for a 4/4 beast, which can be affected by Advocate of the Beast, obviously. 4 Marauding Maulhorns, or Maulhorns. It's a 4 drop for a 5/3, and it's forced to attack if you don't have a Advocate of the Beast out, which is perfectly fine with me, because it can swing hard and you can Blood Rush. Or if you have Advocate of the Beast out, you can decide when you want it to attack. 4 Gore-Clan Rampagers. It is also a beast, a 4/4 for a 4 drop with trample, and its Blood Rush is a tap 1 red, tap 1 green to give a 4/4 with trample for Blood Rush. So it's a pretty good Blood Rush card, and it's a very nice uncommon, and it can also take the effect off of Advocate of the Beast. And then finally, we have 2 Rubber Belt Raiders just for the fun of it. It's a 4 drop for a 3/3, and whenever it attacks, I can put a 1/1 counter on it for each other attacking creature I control, which is pretty nice, so I can bump it up to a 5/5 if I swing with 2 other creatures besides it. And then 2 Grook's Horde, which is actually a beast with trample. It's a 7 drop for a 7/7, and not only does it have trample, but I put it at the top card of my library revealed, which, if I do that, I'm allowed to cast it if it's a creature card. Still have to pay its mana cost, but it still works. So that is the deck that I have to show to you guys today. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. I will be editing this deck, so I'll be expecting more videos. I'm going to make another video of my mono red that I have edited since I pulled a Chandra Pyromancer in the draft. But in the deck I just showed you, I plan on running Rage Beast when I get a few more. I'm probably just going to buy them solo card. They're a 7 drop for a 6/6, and whenever another creature enters the battlefield under my control, that creature fights target creature and opponent control, so it's like Pit Fight, but better. Pit Fight, obviously I have in there. It's a 2-drop to fight with another creature, which if you fight, it doesn't count as your battle phase, so that wipes off their creatures. So it's basically a board clear, and then you can swing and Blood Rush and do whatever else. So this deck is very fun. It's not too aggro, but it can be pretty fast kill. So go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Thanks for the views. Leave a comment if you want a deck, or you can message me if you want a deck for me to make. And go ahead and get to me, guys. Later.